Alright guys, we're going to start off with 2x12, nothing special, just pine construction grade lumber. This was from a construction site, so it's got a bunch of dents and dings in it. So I'm going to take my hand plane and just try to get a new surface. And the piece I'm working on now is going to be the back or the top of the chair, and I thought rounding it off would make it look nice, so that's what I did. Now to figure out how long and where the bottom or the seat of the chair needed to be, I really just kind of guessed. I stuck a tape measure down there, looked at what I thought would look best, and went with that. The only thing you have to worry about really is just making sure that you have enough wood on the back of your chair to provide a strong joint. So the seat's going to have the male part of the joint, the back will have the female or the whole part. I think I had about an inch and a half on either side to keep the joint nice and strong, and I'll cut that out with a circular saw. And I'll power plane this surface as well. That's just going to save me a lot of time in the sanding step. And here I'm marking, and then I'll cut out the female part of the joint. So just kind of cut out a rectangular hole. And the easiest way to cut those long sides and keep them straight is to just plunge the circular saw down into the wood. I didn't get great shots of this, but you'll probably figure it out. In addition to cleaning up that hole, I'm going to clean up the male part of the joint as well. Just kind of round off the corners, and yeah, that way the joint fits nice. And once I finally got it to fit, I started to work on the aesthetics. Basically just rounding out those edges, making them look smooth and, yeah, nice. And I thought carving out this butt indent was going to make the seat a little bit more comfortable. It's really not super noticeable in the end product, but it adds a little bit of character to the chair. We'll also carve out a little handle on the top so you can move it around easier. And I also wanted to use this chisel because I like it. If you want to see how I made this chisel, you can click in the top right hand corner. And I tried to make a card scraper especially for this project. It just didn't work all that great. It kind of worked, but I had to do a lot of work with sandpaper, and that's fine. I stained all parts of the chair, tops and bottom, and I'll talk about polyurethane later. But once I finished staining it, you can see I don't have the bottom stains here, but I get that later. I try to cut the bottoms of the chair so that it sits level with the ground, and I couldn't get the perfect angles with my table saw, so I fine-tuned it on the concrete almost like it was sandpaper. And with the polyurethane, I put, I think, 3 coats on the faces of the chair, so the stuff that faces up, and I only put 1 on the joint because that's got a lot of friction and it's going to get scuffed up easily.